Welcome to Cosmic RX Radio, a podcast that gives you real-life tools of spiritual empowerment and pure hype. I'm your host and intuitive guide, Madi Murphy. This week, the sky is giving sexy plot twists, steamy confessions, potentially pillow talk revelations, and maybe some cosmic confusion and chaos, as is just kind of the MO for 2025. I'm going to break down all of that and more and what it means for you and what you can actually do with that to integrate it to align with your highest and hottest self. But first, it is me. It is me, your host, your high vibe hype woman, your messy metaphysician, your cosmic consultant, Madi Murphy. How the hell are we doing? I am a little hoarse today, but just because I had a really fun. I'm in a month of Libra-brations, celebrating so many Libras in my life. My life wizard, Jordy's godmama, my little sister's having a baby, and it's also our anniversary being the life wizard. So we went out last night to this place, Crazy Pizza in New York, and let's just say it got crazy. Okay, it was crazy there. So all good in the hood, but also I have to say that before I even start anything talking about what's going on this week, the Libra New Moon, we got Mercury, Jupiter trines, we got Neptune going retrograde. I'm just going to say that starting the 21st, we are going to be in that Mercury retrograde shadow. And I swear Mercury retrograde comes for me like we have this like cheeky little relationship. It's like that person that flirts with you, but you're kind of trolling me, like you're kind of negging me, but I think it's because you like me. And I just have to give her a heads up. This week I had the most like crazy antics of just Wi-Fi and computers and things not working. And then I literally had to check my ephemeris and I'm like, oh, there we go. So just at the top of this podcast, letting everyone know, especially if you're very Mercury ruled, if you have a lot of Gemini or Virg in your chart, Virgo, you're going to be feeling it early. Okay. And again, it's not life threatening. We're not collapsing. We're not crashing out. I mean, maybe a mini crash out, but we're just like, yes, there's a lesson. I had to laugh at myself. I had to release control. I had to be like, it's not that serious, honey. Like it's okay. You can reboot the Wi-Fi, reboot your life, reboot your soul, and just like this is all really silly human stuff, right? But just putting it out there. Mercury officially goes retrograde on November 9th. My cousin Kirsten's birthday. I gotta go text her, give her a heads up. Okay, so this week, before we get into there's high overview. There is like something happening this week. It is like we are in peak witchy season alchemy. We are equal parts like love potion energy from Libra. We're equal parts like power move from Scorpio. We're transformation station. We're going to be in some big plot developments. There is going to be magic afoot. Okay, so I want you all to be just in that space of allowing the magic to happen. We've got a new moon in Libra. We've got planets teaming up in Scorpio. We have Neptune, like I said, retrograding, doing the backslide into Pisces. All right, going back so fast into Pisces, like she forgot. Like, right, her crystals at the spa in her bra. She's like, oh my God, where are they? I forgot them. Let's go. Going back. Before we get into everything with the moon report and the planetary planning, we got to do our Virgo announcements. This is the housekeeping, right? This is where I got to say my announcements and let us know like what's going on in terms of just some of the things in the Cosmic RX Lunarverse. First and foremost, so many of you have signed up for the Manifest Your Partner workshop. These are like mini workshops I do. They're $33. They could not be more affordable. And essentially, I'm trying to put into, some of the work I do with my mentees and clients that, there's the course of months and thousands of dollars into something digestible for you to do at your pace, at your own pace, at your own leisure. Do it with yourself, do it with a friend, make it a ceremony, make it a ritual, listen to it like a podcast, listen to it like an e-course. It's really up to you how you want to slice it. But when I say that again, like I don't put shit out there if I don't fucking believe in it. And if I don't have the goddamn receipts that this shit works. And there's a lot of stuff out there about manifestation. There's a lot of stuff out there about, we know, we're alive. It's the internet, Neptune, Pisces. These are practices that are about realigning your energy, embodying the version of you who calls in not just their best partner, but everything that makes them feel alive and makes them feel free and peaceful and loved. It is such, honestly, like a self-love mini workshop. And it's just some tools that I have had so many people really say, like, okay, this is the real deal. And again, you know me, I don't blow smoke up your skirt. I'm just putting down this hard sales pitch because this week we have the new moon in Libra. There is not a better time. There's not been a better time all year. And dare I say, in a few years, since like 2023, to really get clear on calling in your conscious partner if that is something you want to do. And I don't say this like manifest. We're not writing like, we're not Uber Eatsing from the universe, like, give me this partner, bloop. No, this is about, realizing the things that you're done with. We're going to talk about the new moon in Libra. This is about the clearing way, and realizing what you're done with. What are the old patterns, the old systems, the old habits, the old types of like people that you're like, that's just not me. This is about owning and getting really clear. And we have to get quiet to get clear and create space. That's why I love like a workshop or a ritual or a ceremony. It helps us pause life and really tune in with ourselves and go inward of like, what am I actually really ready for? What is actually like really coming for me? And then it is about embodying, right? Like this weekend, this new moon in Libra, the early part of this week, is about like letting yourself feel fundamentally changed on the energetic level that you're like, I am only calling in, right? This aligned partner. I'm too aligned to settle. I'm too aligned to fail. So like, let's effing go, universe. And there's just, the workshop breaks this down into a little bit more of some actionable steps, some rituals, some things for your brain to chew on, some practices. And everything I do, again, it's about the transformation by transmission. I bring in energy to all of these workshops I do where I infuse so many prayers into them, so many intentions into them, that just by sitting in the energy, my hope is that your energy realizes like, oh yeah, that's something I'm ready for, or this is where I'm ready to clear something, or my intuition is being lit the F on. So when I come across the little sign or symbol that's leading me to my aligned partner, I can know when to say yes and I can trust that, right? So anyways, we're stop settling for crumbs this year, right? And we're start calling in the love that respects everything, right? You, your purpose, your nervous system, your libido, baby. Like everything is just going to be in alignment because that's what I want from my baddies. This is part of the cosmic revolution. Also, if you haven't, a lot of people have been asking about like, there's so much going on right now. What do we do? Like, how do we gather in community? And I just want to remind y'all that we've been kicking it in community since like, I don't know, 2018. We have an amazing digital community. And what I like about this new Cosmic RX Plus monthly, not only do you get to hang out with, the witchy weirdos, the cosmic baddies, the magic makers who actually get it. If you are living in a time, space, or place where you're like, I feel like people around me literally are like, what is this person talking about? Like, what is their deal? Like, are they unwell? Welcome to my whole life. This is why I created this community. Luckily, like, my family is very supportive of what I do. But the average person, I have like all these interactions all the time when I'm out in like public, where I'm like, oh, I just forget that like the muggles, they're not okay. The muggles are unwell. So if you're trying to have deep talks, if you're trying to connect about anything from the stars to the spirit world to just like the bigger meaning in life, and you're doing it with people who are not on that level, you are going to internalize that, or you are going to feel like undernourished, right? Because spiritual journey, it's a solo procedure for sure. It's a solo path, but the being witnessed and the being having mirrors from other people is what makes it brilliant, is what makes it embodied, is what makes it really blossom. So if you're craving that, if you want moon rituals, bonus podcast drops, just a beautiful guide that Audrey puts together, join us there. It's $19 a month. It's like, I don't know what that is. Like in New York, that's like one coffee. LOL. Maybe four coffees in the rest of the country. So yeah, we do a live new moon call every month. And this is what we call like our cosmic fit club, because I feel like not only is community important, but we all know the things to do, right? We know we should be like sitting down, doing some journaling, some intention setting, some energy clearing, some meditation on the new moon. But I know this better than anyone. Life is busy. It's hard to carve out that time, especially for yourself, right? But if you don't put yourself first, who the F will? And before you can serve others, you have to serve yourself. that came up on an amazing conversation I had this week with Zoe Greco of the Highest Self podcast. And it really just reminded me of like, we have to, we have to, we have to. It's just, it is the name of the game right now, but it's very hard to do. So if you want to come out with me, work out with me, your personal witchy workout trainer, your planetary personal trainer, then get involved. And of course, last but not least, if you are feeling, really called to start the new year, the deeper sense of purpose, a deeper understanding of your mission, how you're meant to bring it out in the world, how you're meant to be embodied, confident, clear, free, authentic. And if you, again, want to do it in a group of really supremely badass other creators, entrepreneurs, artists, visionaries, like get involved. Kripalu, January 9th, the 11th, ring, ring. Who's answering? The cosmic call. If it's calling to you, please pick up, okay? If your soul has been whispering or screaming, like there's got to be a better way to do this, whether it's, running your business, whether it's leading, whether it's, loving in your relationships, whether it's just living, this is it, right? This is a weekend of embodiment, astrology, healing. We're going to do some witchy, shamanic, and somatic rituals, things I don't even have to put into words here, but they're just energy upgrades, baby. We're going to be being creative. We're going to be having laughter. We're going to be silly. We're doing those soul upgrades. And of course, it's at Kripalu, which has its own amazing facility of great food. They do yoga there. There's like all this amazing outside nature around, and they have their own people who can do like every type of reading and healing that you could possibly want to like supplement or augment your journey. Imagine like starting off 2026, just like gone through this like baptism, gone through this portal. What would this year do? What would this year serve if you started off with that? Like I'm excited because I'm right there along with you, where I'm always just like, WTF is happening. I think your higher self and your future self is going to thank you for being there. So let's get into it. Okay, there's a lot of Virgo announcements, but like we got a lot going on. And again, I know right now, one of my biggest missions is like I want to offer support to people who are ready. And I want to gather a community of my like-minded bad bitches with good hearts so you can keep doing the damn thing, right? Loving freely, helping our collective liberation, and also just having fucking fun, like enjoying your goddamn lives because you're beautiful and you deserve that. So moon report. The emotional forecast, the emotional weather. What is it in the air today? She is a chatty. I'm hyper. I'm waiting for like my sister's baby to come. I had 2 coffees. I had an amazing night with my life wizard. Libra season has really Libra for me, is what I can just say. I'm just really bowing to Libra season. And that brings me into October 20th, 21st, depending on where you're at. We have, October 20th to the 21st, Libra moon into the new moon. So this is it, right? I'll get into it into planetary planning and more detail of why this is such an amazing new moon. But in general, we're feeling into relationships. We're feeling harmony. Libra air has an ability to like dissolve the stickiness, the resentment, the things that build up that keep us from being in, like harmony with ourselves and others. So if you're craving that, if you've been wanting to do that, this is a great time to just do something embodied of like, I'm ready for that, right? Beautify something, bring something into balance, get a love candle, make amends if it's deserved, if something needs to be cleared in the air. Like this is like, I want you to tune in. I want you to be like, what does equilibrium actually feel like in your body? And can you do something to pursue that? We just look out for on Libra moon days for being too wishy-washy, for being too people-pleasy, for being too like that harmony I talked about, or that, making amends. Like if it's not deserved, like, no, bro, like we're not doing that. We are staying in our power and we are not like doing fake peace. Okay, we're not doing like Timushian peace, right? We want like peace on a deep cellular level, not peace where you're just swallowing your truth. So if you're having trouble with that, if you're in trouble with using your voice, I always say on Libra Moon days, practice just telling someone something you want that's like low stakes. Like someone's like, "What do you want for dinner?" So I'd be like, "I don't know." Be like, "I want pad thai, bitch." Right? Like I want some dim sum, son. So anyway, what is She on today. Okay, so then we go into October 21st, after 3:42 p.m. East Coast time into October 23rd. Um, let me see. Let me double check my calendar of what days those are, just in case anyone here likes a little like day of the week situation to frame themselves. So that's Tuesday after 3:42 p.m. into Thursday, Scorpio moon days. Okay, we are tapping into new depths. We are tapping into power. We are tapping into the intuition is getting turned up to an 11:11. Okay, it's like your shadow is like taking off her robe and is like, hey, like, let's go. I'm here to be seen. I'm here to be embraced. And I have something I want to tell you. When we disconnect from our depth, our shadow, we avoid that out of fear or shame. We are leaking our power everywhere. We are leaking our magnetism everywhere. We are leaking our ability to co-create the universe. We're splooging it, okay? So if there's something that you have not been wanting to face, I invite you on these Scorpio moon days, face it head on in some kind of a way, okay? Or at the very least, go deep, go into the space of journaling, do a trippy ass meditation, do some sex magic, call your therapist, right? Or at the very least, maybe just like delete old, stale, dusty situationships from your phone, okay? Like we can reclaim our power quietly, but you got to do it decisively. This is important because it's going to lead us into Scorpio season. So it's like, let's do it right. Let's do it right. And the thing we're going to look out for is Scorpio energy can bring up like that little paranoia, the little fear, the little tickles in the ear of like, who doesn't like me? What are they saying about me? It's like, who cares? Or if you do care, if it's someone you really like care about what they think of you, talk to them, right? Be direct. Okay. They're like, paranoia, like nervous Nelly paranoia narrative doesn't really like do anything for you except for distract you from living your life in your truth. October 24th to the 26th. This is Friday. This is a whole weekend of this, which I love for us. It's a Sag moon weekend. Yeah, that's right. We're getting crazy. We're getting weird. We are going to go out there and have some freaking fun. I just bought a brand new car. This is giving me Kesha. This is like Sag moon energy is pop star, right? I mean, literally, Sages are the Britney, the Mileys, the Nickies. Taylor, ever heard of her? Taylor Swift. Like these are the Sag energy is like, can you go out and be a little pop star archetype? Like go slip into a pop star archetype this weekend. Flip your hair, right? Put on some sequins, like wear big sunglasses and a trucker hat and a juicy suit, okay? Like when you have to go run errands, like romanticize that and also feel into your fire. Like I'm talking, let's get some movement booked. Let's go have some giggles over brunch. Maybe like let's research some flights. Maybe we're getting away somewhere, whatever, giggle, watch a funny movie. It's just about like shifting the perspective, shifting the energy, and remembering that indeed, yes, life can be an adventure. We're shaking off the psychic dust and we are doing something embodied, experiential, remembering that like you're here to live your life, not just be in a constant state of overthinking, processing, planning. Like, let's do it. Well, speaking of planning, this brings me into planetary planning and our PSAs. So this week, you might want to get your pens and pencils out. There's a lot happening. It's like small, big things happening, but I want to give you like the high level dates and then I'll get into what each one means. Are we ready? Pausing for your pens and paper. October 20th, Mercury and Mars meet up in Scorpio. Let me get to what that means. October 21st, new moon in Libra. It's a good one. I'm excited for that. October 22nd, Neptune retrograde back into Pisces. October 22nd, welcome Scorpio season. Happy birthday. Happy solar return season to my sexy Scorpions. October 24th, the Sun and Pluto are going to make a square. Yikes. But also, yay. And then October 24th, Mercury is going to trine Jupiter. And this is going to be one of three. Sometimes these things happen, right? Especially with Mercury, it's like a trilogy. There's a story. So this is the first part of a very important story around communications and our mindset. And then we have on October 25th, Mercury is going to trine Saturn again, one of three, first part of a trilogy. So let's go back now. That we have it written down. It's clear in the calendar. Okay. Again, I'm just always here to try and break all this stuff down in digestible doses because like being a human is hard, but I swear the planets have this like planetary play, poetry, a playbook even of this energy this archetypal energy that's happening that can just help us inform, right? Like the weather, what's coming, but also inform a little bit of like, oh, the roles that we're all playing and how our individual actions can shape and shift the collective consciousness. Okay. So when I tell you something like, let's not engage in projections or paranoia, you're doing that for you, but you're doing that for your family, for your community, for your city, for your state, for your country, for our larger collective of all living beings at this time. Okay. And that is something that's been on top of mind because, of course, like Libra season, October 20th, October 21st is this Libra new moon. And I've been thinking a lot about, the balance, the harmony that we all bring within ourselves. And if we can clear ourselves of so many projections, if we can clear ourselves of all the shit that like we kind of do to hide our true selves and to fill holes and voids and things in the outside world, like this is why I got into this work was I was like, oh look, there's like there's such a healing that can happen on the collective if we all did this individually, right? And then I realized along the way, oh, you also can like manifest a lot of cool stuff and live a life that's gloriously like brilliant and curated exactly for yourself and fun. But this coming off of this weekend, we had the No Kings parade again. At the time this recording hasn't gone down yet. So I'm sure a lot of you went to that, or at least you were supporting. And I was like, just thinking, like, if astrology isn't real, then why did we have this big No Kings parade, right ahead of this Libra new moon? So we get to continue to use this energy of like the Libra new moon to call in peace, justice, healing, compassion, on the collective level. And you get to call in something that you need, where do you want to feel more beauty, more love, more harmony on your personal life? I just want to like always remind us that the two things not only can exist at once, but they need to exist at once. Okay. Let's go back to October 20th. Mercury, Mars meet up in Scorpio. All I'm going to say is this is a sharp tongue day, but also a sharper instinct day. Actions can, based on the intention and consciousness you bring to it, they can either cut, they can lash, or they can liberate. So I want you to think you're the one who decides, right? So maybe if you're about to have a big conversation or something's on your mind, taking up a lot of bandwidth, like those conversations when you're kind of having them in your mind over and over again before you even have them, write out, right? I want you to write out the 3 points you definitely want to get across. And then I want you to write out what you're not available for before the conversation happens. I would encourage this day before you fire off any message, especially if it's like passionate, angry, upset, agitated, frustrated, irritated, any of the AIDs, I encourage you to edit that text before you send it, and maybe edit it again. Maybe take a walk on the block before you send it. Okay, so let's channel that intensity. One of your cosmic access is to channel that intensity into strategy, not just like a scorched earth energy. Okay, because we're not trying to scorch the earth. Never. No. So the one thing I want you to think about too is just like let's go let's work things out in the journal and the voice notes, right? Like let's shadow box there before you enter the ring swinging. Okay. My husband's been very into boxing lately, and I see that a lot. Like let's go work something out on our own so we can go into the ring feeling clear and really understanding about what we're doing there, only ready to strike when it serves our highest self, not just out of the like petty projection triggered space. October 21st. And this is the thing I'm so excited for, right? I'm like all month, I've been like, everyone, listen, you, shut the fuck up. Listen, we got a new moon in Libra. This is it, baby. This is a time to sit in the space of like a divine relationship reboot. It's at 8:25 a.m. East Coast time on October 21st. And we're talking love spells. We're talking, like becoming so delulu about the love you deserve. It's going to come true. I mean, not that it's delulu, but like delulu, how fast, how easy it can be. And partnerships with purpose are taking center stage. So I do want you to think about like, joining us. We're going to be doing a live new moon call on October 21st on Tuesday. So you have time to get in. I'm going to be guiding us through a little bit of the astrology, some really specific intentions to tap into really potent manifestations during this time. And I am going to be doing a shamanic ritual to clear our field and really open up our hearts and do a little relationship healing, but also like a big heart opening so we can be in this place of trust and surrender. And of course, a magnetism. And if you can't come to that or you want to do something on your own as well, this is a great time, right? To write out, do the manifest your partner, kind of find the one, be the one type workshop. Or if you did a cord cutting for the full moon in Aries, good for you. This is a great time to really tap into what do you want, right? Writing out that balanced love wish list. Also like literally imagine yourself calling back all the energy that you've maybe sent out, loaned out to people, to projects, to other people's potential that didn't serve it back. Like bring it back in. It's like, okay, everyone, that was, I'm bringing it back in. And I would also like really like something about just honoring your authentic voice. This is not the new moon to like check in with other people. Like, are you sure I deserve this? Is this too much? Like, this is again, we've done a lot of Aries work. This is our first new moon. This is our first Libra new moon that isn't an eclipse since 2022, I believe, fall. And so we've been in this like I want you to think about eclipses when they're a south node eclipse. So it was Libra south node. The Libra south node is like a big composter, right? And it's like we're putting in all of this blah, like garbage, waste, the protos we're done with, all this stuff. And the Libra new moon was like, let's take all this old karma, let's take all this old relationship shit, all the psychic goo, all this stuff that's blocking the heart, all of these old wounds, projections, baggage, fear from past relationships or things we were born with from past lives or things we learned in our family. And like, let's put it in this composter and we're going to like spin it around, spin it around. We're going to like break it down, and we're going to put it down in the earth now, right? And like fertilize the soil. And now that soil is ready for you to plant a new seed in. It's like it's enriched, and it's not just enriched because like you didn't deal with all that shit. It's like enriched because you did deal with that shit, and that shit made this soil freaking fertile and like lush for you to get really clear. And it's been an interesting road the past few years. And we've also had a lot of Aries upgrades in our life, in our chart, in our heart. And that archetypal Aries energy is like, this is who I am and this is what I want. And I don't want to apologize for it. I don't want to fake it. I don't want to mask up. I don't want to dim my light. I don't want to tone back my muchness. I don't want to be told I'm asking for too much, or I don't want to be told I'm doing things in the wrong timeline, or I'm loving the wrong person in the wrong way, or I don't want to feel like I have to make grand concessions to just be in a conscious relationship. No, right? So there's something in this new moon why I am so fucking hyped on it, why I am telling everyone that I know, anyone who will listen, like, hey, this is a time. And if you're in a relationship, this is a great time. We all need reboots. We all need refreshes. Like Life Wizard and I, we just had like a crazy, crazy 2 years. Like we both lost a parent. We had 2 babies, like amongst other things, right? Career, personal things. So it's been so cool this Libra season to like recommit to each other, rekindle our fire, and it's always there. Like our relationship is one of my most like treasured things in my life in this lifetime. But there's always an opportunity to go deeper, right? And to know that the opportunity is available to you with this cosmic calendar, to know the universe is saying, you are ready. You're not making this up, right? Or like if you're feeling stale, if you're feeling like those other ways of doing relationship is not working, or if you're feeling like the stuff that you used to go to or the apps you were on or the way you were, you know, whatever, seeing or having the perspective on our relationships, what they can be, if that feels like it's shifting, it's because it is, honey. And now your job is around the new moon to do something, anything, a ritual, a ceremony, sitting down, some kind of creating space where you're telling the universe you're ready, and you create space and stillness to receive the message of how to proceed. What's your next step? Right. And of course, a little energetic attunement, a little energetic up leveling. So do you see, I'm hyped on this. So I won't spend as long on everything else, but just quickly, October 22nd, Neptune swimming backwards into Pisces. This will be through December 10th. So Neptune is, going into the bubble bath and pulling you into the dream realm, and we're going backwards. So Neptune goes backwards. It is big time. we're going to Scorpio season, Neptune retrograde, starting Scorpio season hot. Like we are feeling into the downloads. We are trusting our intuition. We are just blindly following those nudges if they feel like so like they're compelling your energy field. It's okay that other people don't get it. Like my whole life, I have made the biggest decisions of my life or done things. And I feel like, not everyone is going to understand your intuition. Not everyone is going to understand your vision. But if it feels like that yes to you, then it's up to you, right? To trust that. And then they will see. They will see the proof will be in the pudding. But it's a great time to focus on support and protection, salt baths, psychic shields, get some obsidian, get some evil eye jewelry, right? Get some Florida water. Maybe think about a retreat, an artist date, a spiritual escape of some sort. Maybe like either go on a mini one, book one. This is a great time to do all of that and trust your intuition, but also like do a deep dive. Google the facilitators of the retreat, right? Check out their Instagram. I love, again, Zoe Greco, who I interviewed this week. She's like, before I talk to everyone on my podcast, I look at who they're following. I'm like, oh, I love that. Go check out who your facilitators are following. Drink lots of water. Do dream journaling. And then on the 22nd, Sun enters Scorpio. So like I said, happy natal season, happy birthday season to my sexy Scorpios. This is our season of power reclamation, transformation, alchemy, glow ups, emotional excavation, and of course, a little like erotic expansion. I'm very excited. If anyone's in New York on Wednesday night, I am doing an event, if astrology isn't real, kicking off Scorpio season with an event for a media company, PSNY, Pussy New York, that is literally fueled and funded by a vibrator, by a sex toy, the Joy Toy. So we're going to be talking all things like high vibe, sexual and sensual empowerment. And that is kind of the vibe for Scorpio season. Do something like that would make any, great grandma and grandpa in your life blush, or maybe be like, ooh, you saucy minx. Do things that would have gotten you burned at the stake, from the Catholic Church many years ago. Do something that is going to piss off any kind of, Christian national fascist person, right? Like Scorpio season is the time to go there, to say, I will not live in shame, whether it's about money, sex, power, like I'm facing it head on, right? It's like we are owning the season of the witch, which I feel like really starts at Virgo season, but Scorpio season turns it up. So yeah, this season we're auditing our bank accounts. We're getting really good with our financial health. We are, exploring our chemistry with other people. We are buying ourselves lingerie. We are doing shadow work. We'll be talking about that on the podcast. And also just like spending time alone with your thoughts and getting into your desires and with like your power, especially the part of you that might be like scared by your own power. That's the exact part of you that I hope that you get to have a little QT with this season. And then October 24th, Sun Pluto square. So this, just all you got to know about this day is it's one of those days of like, we're going to try to avoid power struggles for sure. We're going to feel just some kind of tension, and we're just not going to let ourselves be overwhelmed by it. There's going to be a tension this day. We're just not going to let it ferment or foment within us. We're just going to see it, be like, okay, that's not really mine. If I'm getting triggered by it, I'm going to go journal about it. And I want you to notice on this day where you feel like a volcano. What are your volcano topics? What are the things that when they come up, you feel yourself erupt on? Or what are the habits or behaviors in your life? Is it for me, it's always when I don't have enough time. I feel like if I'm crunchy on my schedule, I can feel like myself turn into a volcano. So I'm really actively working on trying to create more spaciousness in my life, my schedule, it's a practice. It's not something I'm like nailing. It's not like an end goal that I accomplish once. But it's good to be honest with yourself, right, around those things. And if it's, how can you sit with it? How can you sit with that and look at it instead of it just having this like control over you? And yeah, like again, just look at where you're clinging at outdated power dynamics, and using your breath, your journaling, your voice notes, or therapy can really help release some steam safely. And then we're wrapping up with these two trines. So on that same day, on October 24th, I said Mercury is trining Jupiter. All of this you have to know is spicy confessions might come out. We might have some sexy talk. We might have some big feelings conversations. We might have some fantasy talk, some dirty talk, which I love. And there just might be some intimacy that's happening through our communication. So just, go for that if that feels good to you. But it's going to be a 3-part story. So just clocking that date, October 24th, we're going to be coming back to that. So pin in that, let someone in, but also know that, like, again, I keep talking about Zoe because I really enjoyed our conversation. Sometimes we can get psychic hits. Not everyone has to know every psychic hit as it happens in the moment. She talked about when she met her husband, she's like, oh, I'm going to marry this guy, like on his first date. She's like, but I'm not going to like tell him that right away because like, why? Right? Like, but I can know it. And I'm sure she told him, sooner rather than later. They were married pretty young, so clearly moved along. I felt the same way. When I met my life wizard, I was like, what? Who are you? You're so familiar. I know you. And I figured out, I was like, I know you from a past life. I didn't tell them at day one, not because I'm hiding or in shame, but there's certain things that just percolate on their own, whether it's your vision, whether it's psychic downloads you're having. Not everything has to be for everyone else's like consumption and feedback. Okay, there's a very precious energy to the seed. Sometimes it happens, and not everyone's going to understand it. And if you're a type of person that can get like dejected or dissuaded from other people's opinions and energy, then I just encourage you, like when you get those intuitive hits or things happen, write them down. If you have a trusted person, tell them, take it to your tarot cards, take it to your altar, take it to your prayers, right? I hope that makes sense. And then the last thing, October 25th, Mercury trine Saturn. So this is, we're getting focused on something, some long game energy. And this is a first of a third in the trilogy. So maybe today, I would love on October 25th if you just finish something you were avoiding that helps you get more clear for the next step, right? Some kind of email, some kind of edits, some kind of contracts, or maybe you reach out to a mentor or an expert for help in something and you follow through. And like just you encourage you to make one decision today that helps you support long-term stability. Because again, there's a 3-part aspect to this. There's a trilogy happening and it's going to I want you to set you up for success in the right direction. So anyway, I know today we covered a lot of ground. That's your cosmic roadmap for the week. And right, we're thinking emotional exfoliation. We're having some new moon sexy seduction. We're staying hydrated on the physical and the psychic plane. And of course, like sprinkles of magic being thrown in on every little bit. If you love this forecast, share it with your coven, share it with people, especially the Libras, Scorpios, a lot of things happening for them right now. Pop it in the group chat, or just honestly, look, if your ex is stalking your stories a lot, just send them this podcast and be like, which is now what you're doing. And also like, let's just get this out of the way before Mercury retrograde, because you're in my field, you're in my shit. And I just am so grateful to be on this walk with each and every one of you. I am wrapping you in so much love, so much protection, so much what I hope is just a blanket of peace that helps you remember you're exactly where you're meant to be. No one is you, and that is your power. And you have some sort of beautiful magic that only you can offer the world. Okay. And you're born not just to survive the vibe that's happening right now in this planet. You are born to co-create with it, okay? You are born to live in that place of the cosmic zone, right? Of alignment, authenticity, embodiment. So until next week, I am wrapping you in that love. And of course, I'm sprinkling you and just showering you with those blessings for especially the Scorpio season. Oh my God, those big, fat, juicy checks and that hot, fulfilling, toe curling, like screaming at the top of your lungs, like, oh my God, back arching sex as you deserve. Until next week. Do you love getting your Cosmic RX for the week here and want more? Make sure to sign up for our premium subscription so you can get exclusive access to bonus podcast episodes, all of my astrology info for the month ahead, and live new and full moon calls to help you manifest your dream life with an intentional international community of other cosmic baddies. Sign up through our link in show notes. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you want to know more about Cosmic RX, head on over to thecosmicrx.com. And if you really love this show, I'd love it if you left a rating and review on Apple Podcast or wherever you listen to podcasts. I super love hearing from you and reading your reviews. All right, you cosmic baddie, tune in next week. And until then, remember, love yourself fully, work your magic, and take no shit.